Hello everybody, today I'm going to talk about more of my unpopular opinions. Now if you're new here, consider celebrating the bell. So I've not done one of these videos in a long time. I think the last one that I did was back in 2024. And I kind of want to talk about some more today because originally I wasn't going to do any more of these, but the world has been changing a lot and I kind of wanted to talk about some of these. So yeah, let's get started. So the first one is coffee sucks. I've just never been a fan of it. Now, I know that even people who do drink coffee say that it's more of an acquired taste, but honestly, like, even with that, like, I just never really liked it. And, like, I mean, I know it's a little bit unfair for me to say that I don't like coffee because, like, I'm very picky when it comes to food and drinks in general. I mean, there are foods that I have grown to like, but coffee, I just never really liked it. Now, I think the only time I really like coffee is when it's sometimes cold, like especially at Starbucks with the Frappuccinos, like the cookies flavor and stuff like that. That's pretty decent. But like, yeah, I just never really like coffee because, especially when it's hot, it's too bitter for me. And like, I know that there are a lot of coffee enthusiasts, but I'm just not one of them. So yeah. So number 2 is 6-7 is not that bad. Now, I know that 6-7... the Gen Alpha term has been everywhere in the past few years, or probably mainly in the past year or so, but I don't think it's that bad of a slang type of thing. Like, I mean, I know that people say that Gen Alpha, people are getting concerned about it because of, like, the brain rot and stuff like that, but even in terms of, like, brain rot, 6-7 is not the one that makes me mad the most. And, like, it's probably on the lower end of, like, the annoying like slang of Gen Alpha. But what I kind of don't like and what I find annoying is that people kind of think that brain rot is relatively new thing, like in the last few years or so. But I don't think so. I think it's been a thing for a long time. It just kind of went under a different version because like Gen Z had some slang too. And like they had fleek, like a yeet. Like, they had slang just like Gen Alpha does. I mean, I know that Gen Alpha, people are really concerned about how the kids are going to grow up, which I am too, but 6-7 is just not that bad. And especially since all these slang terms usually don't last too long anyway, like, I feel like there's really only a few slang terms that really last ever. Like, I mean, cool, the word cool still holds up because, like, it's not too overdone and it's casual. But, like, I feel like a lot of these terms just die in like, a year or so. So, it's probably near its end. But what I kind of think is funny is when parents and companies start saying these things, that's when you know it's going to go down. Because, like, I've seen a lot of, like, 6-7 merch. And there was this one photo I saw recently of, like, the Buc-ee's beaver and, like, 6-7. I don't know if I can find it. But it was, like, this hoodie that they were selling at Buc-ee's with 6-7 on it. So once companies and parents like kind of make fun of them for it, then that's when it kind of goes downhill. But I just don't think it's that annoying. Number 3 is sports betting should not have been legalized. Now, I know this is going to be a little hypocritical because I did vote for it back in the 2024 elections, but I kind of regret it. And the reason why I think I regret it are multiple reasons. One, the DraftKings ads. I have seen these everywhere. I did not think that they were gonna promote their brand so hard on YouTube ads. Mainly YouTube is where I see it all the time. It wouldn't be such a problem if they were kind of not as frequent, but they are literally almost every ad I get now is DraftKings. And I'm not even a sports bettor. I just feel like it's very exploitative and kind of disrespectful for people who actually are unstable in terms of like gambling to promote these ads and stuff like that. And also with casino ads too. Like I see a bunch of casino ads for the local one down 45 minutes away from me or so on the TV all the time. I don't like it. I think it's very exploitative and it takes advantage of people. I don't like it. And like I know it's kind of my fault a little bit. I mean, I don't know if it's really agreed upon. This is one of the more unpopular really ones on the list. But like, I just feel like it's really exploiting people and really luring people in to pay money. So I just don't like it. But yeah. Number 4 is the 2016 nostalgia doesn't make any sense. Now, there has been a lot of 2016 nostalgia recently because of like the past few years probably almost even this whole decade has not been great. Like in terms of like political tension and stuff like that. I've seen it mainly with Gen Alpha in the later part of Gen Z. I mean, I know there's people who are born before that do have 2016 nostalgia, but I hated 2016. Back then, everyone was talking about how 2016 was the worst year. That has probably aged like milk because 2020 was awful, or even worse. But 2016 was still not a good year. Like, I just don't understand this false rose-colored glasses thing with 2016. And what I find so hypocritical is that, like, people say, oh, like, I mean, political tensions were there, but, like, it wasn't as bad as now. I mean, that could be true. The main reason why I think the 2016 nostalgia doesn't make any sense is that Trump won 2016. He won that election. These people, the same people who are nostalgic for 2016, don't understand that the Trump that he is now all started because of 2016 and him being in an election. So people being nostalgic and having this great view of 2016, even though one of the worst people in the history of the US got voted and the president has been ruining our country. I'm sorry, I'm ranting, but that doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't like that people are nostalgic about that time. Also, Harambe died too. I don't like it. Like, 2016 was probably the top 3 worst years of my life. And like, a lot of celebrity deaths occurred and all that. Like, I just don't get it. But yeah, I think it's pretty stupid. Number 5 is physical media is way better than streaming. Now, I know that at first that streaming services were very convenient because like you only had to really pay one price per month to access all the movies that you want. But I feel like subscription services in general are getting worse. And the reason why I just never really liked them is because you don't own the material. I don't know, it just feels more authentic because I am a huge physical media fan. I don't use any streaming services at all. The only time I really do is that if I don't have any in my collection and like it's not too many ads, because that's the thing that really makes me annoyed. Is that when I watched, I think it was the How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original from the 60s, that movie is only 25 minutes long. I got 4 ad breaks and they were like extended ads, not like 5-second ads. Like it was Amazon Prime. Their ads are really freaking long. Like it took up like a 10% of the actual runtime of The Grinch. Like, it was pretty bad. So, like, it was so annoying, and, like, also paying the same price that you wouldn't 5 years ago to get rid of ads. Now, they're all freaking ads everywhere. Streaming services can often remove stuff and put it back up to people who possibly could get, quote-unquote, offended by these things. Because, like, Song of the South is not on any streaming service at all. I mean, that movie's not great, but I like owning the original versions of movies. Like, a lot of Ralph Bakshi's movies aren't even on streaming services. Like, I mean, it just feels more authentic, and I feel like some of my generation is starting to get it a little bit, because I can see it making a comeback, and it kind of already has. Like, especially with, like, CDs and the comeback of vinyl. DVDs and VHS are still kind of picking up a little bit, but CDs and vinyls are getting more popular. And the reason being is just people don't want to pay so much money for these subscription services for stuff they don't actually own. So, like, I could definitely see making a comeback in the next 5 to 10 years. Like, and that's why I have been collecting all the VHSs in my collection and stuff that I do have, because I want to beat that wave before it gets really bad with the prices. But yeah, so I don't use streaming services, but I do believe it's going to make a comeback, especially with VHSs in the next like 10 years or so. So yeah. So number 6 is astrology is fake. This might be my most controversial opinion I've ever put on this series. I think it's stupid. It's just, like, I mean, I know that people can believe whatever they want as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, but, like, I just don't get it. What I find annoying the most is when people make it their entire personality and also judge people, like insult people that they don't have the same zodiac sign, they don't have the same things as them. Like, and it can easily be kind of debunked too. Like, there's a lot of holes in like the way the whole astrology world works. and like I just always hated it. Like, and like back in 2016 or so, well, even before then, I was a little bit gullible, but even then, as a 12-year-old, I was like, this is stupid. So I don't understand why there's grown people who believe in this and then judge people's personalities off of it. I don't get it. Like, I will never believe astrology. Like, I don't know if any amount of convincing will convince me to believe it. And, like, I just don't get it. But yeah. Number 7 is Lambert's Cafe is overrated. So, there's this, cafe that is very popular around my area called Lambert's Cafe. And this place has a ton of hype. It has not died down at all. Actually, I think it's kind of grown, to be honest, with the streamer age and like the internet and stuff. But like, I just never really been impressed with it. And like, I think the reason why is because the food is not great. And like, I know that it's kind of a little bit more the idea of like quantity versus quality. Because even for a food junkie like me, it is so much freaking food. And I made a YouTube video a few years ago about my review on it, and I didn't really like it back then. So like, I mean, I did go there for a field trip back in like 4th grade or so, and that was fun. But I think the best thing about it, if I had to choose, was the rolls. The rolls being thrown are so good. The rolls are top tier. I think if it was a little bit less reliant on food, I would like it more. But the fact that it's a whole cafe, and like, I mean, I know throw rolls are the whole thing, their whole shtick, but like, their food kind of sucks. It's just like, I've just never really been impressed with it. And also, like, every time that I drive past there, the wait of the line, especially for Saturdays and Sundays and like weekends, are insane. Like, it's like all the way out the door, and like the one near me is like, it has like this kind of little outside area where you wait. It would go all the way out. It would go all the way out to the parking lot. I don't get it. But yeah, I just don't think it's that great. But the throw rolls are pretty good though, so. Number 8 is books required for reading in schools don't deserve the hate. Now, I know that people say that when they went through school that they hated reading a lot of the books that were required for school to like graduate and stuff, but I didn't really mind them. Like, I actually liked some of them. Like, though, I really liked The Crucible, and like the story about like how the entire town has this witchcraft thing that Abigail Williams frickin' accuses everybody of, and it's false. And I actually did a whole video about books that I've read, and a lot of them were like the books that were required to read in school. So I actually really liked The Crucible, and I also really like Animal Farm, and I love Animal Farm. Like, I think that's kind of what's simile or like a metaphor for what's going on right now, to be honest. And Shakespeare, I don't remember which one I read, because there was one that I did have to read. I think I read Hamlet, and I thought it was fine. I mean, there was like translations to help with that, so maybe that's why I'm kind of indifferent to Shakespeare. I mean, I do have a book, if I actually get this down here. I actually have a book to where I got this on a estate sale, and I might start reading this to see if it's really that bad that people complain about Shakespeare. I've seen this one video, oh, I forgot his name. It's this guy who basically read the entire Shakespeare, like his entire works. I need to find the person who did it, but I think it's like Liam Thompson or something like that. Like, he read the entire thing of Shakespeare, like in his entire series of works. Like, and he thought it actually was kind of cool, so I might actually get into this, because, like, how many pages does this have? It's probably a freaking lot. Yeah, 1,300. That will take a lot of work, but I might get into this eventually. I might give it a chance. But yeah. Number 9 is the Alamo Draft House policy will derail them. Now, I know this isn't necessarily an unpopular opinion. Probably this is probably one of the tamest ones in terms of that definition on this list. But recently, the Alamo Draft House, they are moving entirely to mobile food ordering. And this is why this is terrible. They are wanting people to order from their phones during the movie. Yeah, I saw that and I could not believe it. And it's really disappointing because, like, the Alamo Draft House is one of my favorite type of cinemas. I used to really like them about their whole strict policy. And now, also, the phone policy doesn't make any sense because, like, It's just like, you are telling people to not use their phone in the middle of the movie, but yeah, you do it for mobile food ordering? It doesn't make any sense. It's just like, and also I think Sony, them acquiring it, did that to them, because this was not old thing. This literally just was announced like a few months ago. So like, I didn't know when else to talk about it, but I just feel like it's really gonna decline them. Like, I feel like they're gonna get a huge hit in terms of sales. People want a movie quality experience. They don't want freaking so kind of stupid people to have their brightness all the way up while ordering food while watching a movie. I won't go back to Alamo until they change that, because I don't want to give them my business if they're literally letting people use their phones in the theater. But yeah. Number 10 is PC game collecting is underrated and a hidden gem. Now, I know this isn't like necessarily like an unpopular opinion either, but what I think about this is PC game collecting, for people who want to do it, collect right now, because console gaming is horrible now. Like, everything's expensive, maybe except a few of the Sega Genesis and Atari games, but like, everything is expensive. Like, Goodwill doesn't accept consoles and stuff like that anymore because they do it online. People are prizing them so much, it's not really fun anymore. And I have not collected almost any retro games in many months, and the reason being is just because they're so freaking expensive. Mainly consoles, but games can be really expensive too. Like, Conker's Bad Fur Day, even though that one kind of makes a little bit more sense for it being pricey, that game is not worth $120. So, like, I just feel like console gaming is ruined, basically, now, because, like, the prices are horrible. So, PC game collecting, I think, is very underrated in this instance, because, like, you can find them way better at, like, thrift stores and stuff. Like, with Salvation Army, the one near me, I find PC games there all the time. Like, especially the ones that are in, like, those CD type of cases. I found The Sims, I found, like, Pinball. Like, I found some pretty decent titles. And, like, they literally only charge, like, a quarter, or 50 cents, or even $1 max for that. I feel like PC gaming is way cheaper than console gaming. And, like, the thing is, though, is that I am starting to see the hype kind of go up a little bit, the demand starting to rise a little bit. Not nearly as bad, but I have seen a few of these stores, like, try to get, like, really old, like, PC towers, and, like, especially with the ones for, like, Windows 95 and 98 and stuff, and they'll price them expensive because they're retro, but I haven't seen that nearly as bad as retro gaming yet. So, for people who do want to start collecting PC gaming, do it now. You will not regret it, because I have been doing it right now, and I haven't seen it rise that much yet, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry if I appeared a little bit angrier in this video, but I just kind of wanted to talk about these. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Go.